time I went ahead and I hit it so hard this time. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's so good to have you again here on my channel. If this is your first time seeing my video, my name is Gift, and I'm so happy to have you here. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel to join this amazing, beautiful family. So on today's video, I'm going to be talking about how I got my US driver's license. So moving from Nigeria to America has really like been, it's a big deal, yeah, because you're moving to a new place with different culture, getting to know the environment, studying people and all of that. It's a big deal. So settling down and trying to figure out life here is something I feel like, okay, sometimes I always tell my sister that nobody told me about this, nobody told me about this, but it's so important that we get to understand our new environment and know how to navigate through it. So living here, I just realized that moving from one place to another, it's not as easy as it is in Nigeria. Like in my country, let's say 50% of people living in my country, they don't have a car, right? But they have a way of getting to anywhere they want to be. If I want to, like, it's so easy to get around in Nigeria. You can take a bike, go to anywhere you're going to, take a keke napep, take a bus, take taxi, Uber, whatever, and movement is so easy. Like with these things, some people don't even think it's wise for them to own a car because living there, since you can afford to take a bike and get to where you're going to without spending money on gas, trying to maintain your car and all of that. So it's best for them to just go around. Some people have a car, but they still prefer to take a bike, take taxi, and all of that. So it depends. I said that to say this: moving to America, you find out that for you to get around, like if you have a job, to get to your job, you have to have a car, or you have to take Uber, which is extremely very expensive. You can't, like, when I the first time I started working, I used to pay like 30 something dollars to get to my job, like back and forth. Imagine spending $60 just to get work and come back. You know what that means? That's a lot. So sometimes my husband take me. You can't rely or depend on your family members to drive you around everywhere every day. So they have their own life to live. You have your own life to live. They can't drive you around all the time. So it is very important that you get a license and drive yourself anywhere you want to go here in the United States. So what I did was I try to understand the state. Now, again, the thing again is navigating here is so hard because the roads are different, the signs on the road are different. I mean, coming from Nigeria, everything is totally like the road signs and all that is totally different. Moving here, I just realized that you have to understand the signs because it's different from where I'm coming from. So I decided, okay, yeah, if I'm going to get my driver's license, I have to get the learner's permit. This way, I can at least drive around without going against the law. If you just move into the United States, I'll suggest you get the the learner's permit. That way, it's easy for you to get to understand the road. Learner's permit, you can only drive around when someone who has a license is with you. Someone who has a valid license is with you. So usually I mean, literally, what I did was I got my driver's license, and my husband is always there, and I drive him around, and I drive to where I'll have to go. Like if he wants to take me to work, I'll be the one to drive. So if I want to go to the store, he'll sit there, and I'll be the one to drive with my driver's permit. So what are the things I did to get my driver's permit? First of all, I went to the DMV office, and you have to have a proof of address. So you have to have like a mail that has your name on it and an address on it. So you have to present it to them and a valid ID card. So once you get there, they will ask you questions, some personal questions. They will ask you fingerprints, do your fingerprint face capturing. They will just capture, uh do a face capturing literally, and then ask you to look at a machine where you put your eyes through. They'll show you different signs on it, different signs, stop sign, intersection signs, and all that, and ask you to say the names. That's what they do. So this, I think, why they do that is for them to figure out if your sights are clear enough and if you really understand the signs of the road. So after you pass that, the officer will have to enter your details on the computer. After the officer enter your details on the computer, the officer is going to ask you to go to I don't know, wherever they have the computers, because they have different computers lining up. All you have to do, they will have to tell you the number. I mean, if it's number 8, go to number 8 computer and do your test, or number 9 or number 7 and all of that. So they have numbers to the computer. So the officer will tell you this is where your test is being assigned. Go to that computer and do your test. And again, I think it's very important that you know that you have to have a basic knowledge about computer, because no one is going to come there and tell you this is how to do it, this is how to do it. No, you just have to figure it out yourself. So when you get there to the number of the, I mean, maybe let's say they give you a computer and the number is number 7. So when you get there, you have to open it and then you see the test. So you're going to have like 25 questions. You have these 25 questions, you're supposed to get 20. So if you feel like, if you get like 19, no, you failed. So you have to get 20 questions correct. So they'll give you 20 questions. They ask different questions. I probably will have to post some of the questions they ask, but it's so easy to get. You can go on Google and research for road test questions, and it's easy to do it that way, because once you answer, they will tell you, yeah, you passed or not. So I think that's what I did. I went the first time and I didn't pass. So I went the second time and boom, I passed my road. So I just did my test and I passed my test on the second sitting. So after you're done, after you pass the test, you have to go to the same officer, and the officer will be like, did you pass the test? I said yes. So when she asked me, I said yes, I passed the test. She said okay, and I was so happy. They have to. I mean, it was a guy that interviewed me on my own time. So the guy said I have to make payment. So I paid for the permit, and then he did some things, asked me to confirm my name, confirm my address, make sure it is the same thing, my date of birth and all of that. So I told them yes, everything correct. So after that, he said I have to make a payment. I gave him my card, and I made the payment, and they gave me a temporary learner's permit and told me that it's the other one in the card is gonna be at my address in 10 to 15 days. So in 10 to 15 days, I got my learner's permit. This is my learner's permit, guys. So in 10 to 15 days, I got my learner's permit. After I got my learner's permit, I started using it. If I go to work, I try as much as possible. I know how to drive, but do not understand the road technically. So I was learning how to figure out the road, the signs, when to turn, when to stop, and all of that. So after 2 months, I went back for my driver's license. So you can actually go for a driver's license if you don't want to do a learner's permit. If you feel like you know the road, you understand the signs, and it's going to be easy for you to do all that, you can go for a driver's license. For me, I feel like I need to understand the road, because I really don't. I feel like, yeah, I just feel like I need to understand the roads and the signs and just be able to figure it out, not just getting a license and then stumble into any challenges. No, I just want to study it, get to know it, and then go for my road test. So after I did the road test, after 2 months, I came back, and then I came back for my road, what's it called, driver's license. So the road test, yeah, after I did the test, the computer test, it's called the computer test and the road test. So after I did the computer test and I passed, so 2 months later, I came to DMV for the road test. Guys, when I came back for the road test this time around, it's actually the period where they said the real ID thing, and they have a lot of people in the office. Like, I got there and they have lines there lined up. I'm like, how am I going to do this? I tried to book an appointment online. They said no, there's no, and they don't have any available appointment until the next 90 days. So if you want to book for your appointment, you have to wait for 3 months before you get any available appointment. I'm like, I can't do that. So I decided to get up as early as 5 a.m. Went to DMV office. If you see queue there. So that's how I was able to get in the first time. So I went the first time, and so they told me, okay, yeah, you have to get your insurance, liability insurance. So you have to get your liability insurance, and once you get your liability insurance, you have to get a valid ID card, either your work permit, authorization, your green card, whatever, a valid ID card, whatever you have to give it to them with the liability insurance that is up to date, that is valid. So you have to give it to them, and they enter your details on the system, capture, do the finger capturing, do the face capturing, and then the officer is going to tell you, wait outside, I'll meet you. So the lady that did that took me on the road test for the first time. I went with her, so I went outside. She's actually, most of them are black in DMV office where I went to. I don't know about any other state. So where I went to, most of them are black. So the lady came outside. She checked. First of all, you have to be sure the headlight is working, the horn is working, the two navigating lights, left and right, both of them are working. All the lights, just you have to be sure everything is working, because once they come out there, the lady is going to ask you, okay, put this on, cut this on, the light one, the dim lights, all those things, just to be sure it is working. And then they tell you wind down this window, wind down the other, just make sure everything is working. So when I went on the first road test, she's like, listen to my instructions and watch out for the pedestrians and obey the laws, obey the laws. Okay, so I'm like, yes ma'am. So she entered the car, we drove. She took me, turn left, turn right, make sure you're putting on, obeying all the laws, looking out for people and all that. So we went. And then I think we were almost done. And then the message is like, imagine there's a child in front of you. Stop. I hit the stop, the brake. So the car came to a stop. She didn't say a word because they won't tell you when you failed now. So she told me to stop the car, and I did stop the car, and the car came to a stop immediately. So when she took me to the office, she told me, I'm sorry you didn't pass because I asked you to stop the car and you stopped, you hit the stop, but I didn't check. I'm supposed to check like back and forth. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. I didn't tell her that, but I said, it's okay. I left. I told my husband, I don't understand why this is it. That's the only thing I did. She said I had to hit the brake and she has to check like that. I'm like, I hit the brake so hard enough for the car to stop immediately. But she said no. She needs to feel, she has to jerk like that so hard. So I'm like, that is weird. So I failed my first road test. And 2 days, I mean, 7 days later, because if you're going to come for another test, you have to wait for 7 days later before you come for the second one. So 7 days later, I went back again. So after standing on the line, because they have a lot of people there who want different things. So after standing on the line, I still went back there again, gave them my liability insurance, my valid ID card, and then a different person took me on a road test. When the lady came, she did the same thing just to be sure all the necessary stuffs are working in the car, the lights, the headlight, the the brake, whatever. So she asked me to the windows and all that. So when she came in, she was directing me, obey the law, watch out for pedestrians and all that. So I drove her around. She told me things to do, and I was driving. So she said, if I tell you stop, stop. I And then she said, stop. Bro, I learned my lesson the first time. I went ahead and I hit it so hard this time. So when I hit it so hard, she jacked like that. I'm in my head, yes, this is what you guys want. I'm gonna give it to you guys. So she said, do the three-way turn. I did the three-way turn so neat. She said reverse back so fast. I did that so neat. And then she took me back to the office. She said, wait for me there. And I waited. She did one or two things on the system and said, congratulations, you passed your road test. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. So I finally passed my road test. So I think she said I have to make a fee. I paid between, I paid $60 and some change or there, but I don't remember. It's from $60. So I paid that, and she gave me the temper. She gave me, before she printed it out and said, confirm this is your address. Just confirm that everything there is correct. So I checked on the document, make sure the name is correct, make sure my date of birth is correct, the address is correct, and then I gave it. I told her yes, everything is correct. So she it was on the system. She didn't print it out for. She showed me on the system. I said confirm them. So once I was done, she printed the document. She printed the driver's license. So that's a temporal one, which is going to last for 60 days. So that's what she gave me. So I made the payment, and she said my driver's license is going to be in my address within 10 to 15 days. So guys, I have my driver's license with me. So I have my driver's license with me. I'm going to be able to drive myself around, go anywhere I want to without stressing my husband. Because when I came here, my husband's been the one driving me everywhere. Literally, if I want to go to the store, he takes me to the store. Because if you most times I use Uber because, but they are literally, and most times I use Uber, but they are literally very expensive. You have to pay from like $20, sometimes $19. So you can't keep making money and wasting it on Uber. So I'm glad that I have my driver's license, and this is not valid anymore. So my learner's permit and my driver's license. So guys, I'm so happy, and yeah, that's it. So it's like comes with a lot of roller coasters of emotions. I think it's pretty easy if you know how to drive before. If you really know how to drive, the road test is pretty easy. I think what you have to just look out for is make sure that everything is working in your car. Make sure that you listen to them carefully, and whenever they tell you do this, just do it, right? So that's it, guys. I'm so happy I have my driver's license now. If you have any questions for me, go ahead and leave it. If you're going for your own road test, just relax. It's easy. I think it's easy test. If you know how to drive, it's so easy. Make sure your car is in good working. And usually, if you want to do a road test, I'll suggest you get a smaller car. I don't know if you're good, like if you're just good, you can navigate with any car. That's okay. But whatever car you're using, it's so important to make sure that everything is working perfectly fine. To the horn, the brake is major now. To the horn, everything. Just make sure everything in the car is working perfectly because they're going to sit back and watch you. I mean, touch all these things to show them it is working before they drive you out from their office. So yeah, I think it took us about like, well, when it took us about like 10 to 15 minutes, I guess, because when the road, you have to wait for the traffic light and all that. So it took us about 10 to 15 minutes. Before you know it, we were back. So I got my driver's license. And I don't think I need the learner's permit anymore, but it's my property. I paid for it. So it's mine. I have it now. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, please kindly leave the questions. If you haven't subscribed, please kindly subscribe to my channel to join this amazing family. And I'll see you guys in my next video. If you haven't seen any of my videos, please go there and watch the video. Support your girl, please. And I love you guys. Catch you on my next video for now.